Hello and welcome back to the Join Dota League Season 3 here on HeflaTV 1. This is going to be Game 2 of a best of 2 series between Euphoria and Cyclone Gaming. While still waiting on one of the spectators to load in, possibly one of the casters that jumped on for Game 2. I don't believe that it makes you remake if they don't load in. Hopefully we'll be able to get into the game ASAP, but if there's a remake, oh well. Stuff like that happens. Either way, I'm Grandis I'll be one of your casters today, and unfortunately Banshee was not available for Game 2, but that means we will have Heflamoke on the stream.
Hello, that's me. Yeah, Benji, he actually has a team. Like, he's one of those co-casters who actually has a team and playing. I think he also plays in the JDL Division 3 or 4 or something like that. And yeah, they have a scheduled game today, but he was able to cast the first time, so I actually had the opportunity to finally enjoy my pizza.
Yeah, and we are going to have a remake, unfortunately, but I guess it gives us time to talk about Heflamoke's pizza.
My pizza, it's called a Sonkas Gumbash pizza. That is Hungarian for ham and mushrooms. And I order for the last 3 years always the same pizza. I'm going in there, and I don't even need to say anything. I just put the money on on the tab, and that's it. And I'm going out, smoke, and wait till the beautiful pizza girl is bringing me my pizza. That's
Wonderful.
how it works. But yeah, like some people, like today, the chat is actually awesome. Like so many people we know here, Global Enemy, then Apple, the app, like so many people like that really regularly come into the stream. It's really nice to see like a HeflaTV community coming on. And for me, it's a really proud day anyway today because we have our English channel online, we have our German test cast at the moment online, plus we have our Chinese channel online for the first time today. So these are like two. I mean, the German project is relatively old. Like, I mean, some people might know me from the TI German cast or the Summit cast or ESL1, but yeah, the Chinese one is super new. Like, I don't know, I have 24/7 to do at the moment. I'm just glad I have like good admins there that help me with everything. But there's so much work to do in the next days. But I really hope it works out. Like, I know the German community is still building up, and let's see how successful it's going to be. And I know the Chinese community on Twitch, that means all non-mainland Chinese people, like, they're also watching Twitch. And I hope it's going to be just as successful as English. But I mean, here in English, I'm just glad what we achieved. We are doing this work here for the viewers, and the viewers, some of them at least, pay us back. And I don't know, I'm really proud of it. Just look at the chat and look at how many people there are that just say like, hey Grandis, hey Hefla, like they know the casters by now, and it's pretty cool. It feels good after 4 months.
Yeah, it's really awesome to see that starting to develop, and I've had some nice back and forth conversations with some of these people in the chat, so...
Yep, absolutely. Like sometimes I have people that are still on our channels like 2 hours after the games ended. It's I don't know, we're just chatting, that the stream is offline. And I don't know. And also, like, shout out to all those people who subscribe to HeflaTV. It's not just helping us, you also get those crazy emotes, the best emotes out there. Alone the 322 emote is absolutely worth it. Like, I have actually a lot of people where I use the emote, for example, in any other channel, and they saw like, hey, where do you get this emote? I'm like, yeah, you just have to go on HeflaTV. And they're like, oh, what's HeflaTV? Oh yeah, I heard this already. And that's really cool. If you have people that recognize the name, as I said, give it a year, and so next year, 2015, HeflaTV will be a known casting label, and I hope it all works out. I mean, we're doing all this for free in our free time, but we're having fun. At least I do, unless I have to cast too much. I mean, today, to be honest, like, I managed to wake up just before the games, and we're gonna go in a second remake. What the hell is that?
Well, the primary admin, the head honcho, has just been kicked, because he is
Yep.
the one that's not loading in, so we should be able to get in. Third time's the charm. Hopefully we'll be able to get into the draft.
Yeah, well, all good things are free. You know, there's this German saying, like it literally translates in all good things are free. That means like you mostly fail once or twice, but the third time is the lucky charm. But yeah, it seems it's true. See, the Germans are always right, I tell you. Like, you guys never trust me, but I'm right.
Always. So we finally have the draft. That was a very quick load-in. Unfortunately, we couldn't get that in the first try. Um, well, and yeah, now we don't really have a draft to talk about, as it hasn't been going on.
Dropped out like a kid in school.
And I think a lot of the chit-chat's already kind of been utilized.
Yeah, there's a lot. Just remake pizza.
Remake pizza.
Remake pizza.
I don't know. First two bands, absolutely nothing out of the ordinary. Doom, Lycanthrope banned out, pretty vanilla. Skywrath Mage, and now it's kind of the burden for Team Cyclones to decide what they want to give away. Do they want to play up against the Death Prophet? Do they want to play up against the Shadow Shaman? Do they want to give away the Faceless Void? We'll have to see.
Yep. And so far, everything is relatively normal except for the Skywrath Mage. Usually, we see this hero not getting into the first bans. Or at least today, I didn't have anything in my 4 games. But there's still a lot of things you want to ban. Like the Razor would be a candidate. Then, I don't know. It's the problem about these teams, like the German and now also the Serbian team, they all play differently. Like, I mean, I casted today a Singaporean team and a team from Bangladesh, and they have the emphasis on absolutely different heroes. For example, the Panda, who just got through, if it wasn't about the Skywrath Mage banning out, it would have been the Brewmaster for sure.
Yeah, that will leave the Shadow Shaman and presumably the Faceless Void for Team Cyclones to pick up. I think that would be a solid second pick for them to go for. I don't know.
Yep. The Void definitely makes a lot of things possible, even though with the banned out Skywrath Mage, that's already one nice synergy that's not really working. I think if you really want to go team push, then Death Prophet might be also a good choice, because they already secured themselves the Master Open Wards, and in the second pick, then securing the Exorcism. So you have 2 disables, 2 magical bursts with Crypt Swarm and Ether Shock. But no, that's of course also an option. Getting the offlane candidate, the Tidehunter with the Ravage, and a nasty hero to kill.
Yeah, and Dire Tidehunter has fairly easy access to his Ancients, and while I'd like to see Euphoria go ahead and block that, but if they don't, Tidehunter is en route for a very fast mech or blink, depending on how Team Cyclones want to play the hero.
Yep, and let's see. I mean, right now, why not go in for the Death Prophet, for example? I mean, we've seen Death Prophets already being played in the safe lane. It works out, especially if you really have like a solo laner against you. Then you can just ding level 6. I mean, this playstyle mostly requires the support staying a bit off the lane and getting their XP somewhere else or roaming, so that you have a fast level 6. But even with the first Exorcism, you can already get a tower. So I really think the Death Prophet might be an option, but they're considering it. It's gonna be a Viper. They go full tanky.
Yeah, a great frontline hero that's a natural mechanism carrier. I don't know, I think you could probably get away with getting the Viper later on in the draft, but then again, it could also be banned out. So just wanting to secure themselves a pretty easy lane win with that Viper pickup.
Yep, absolutely. And let's see. I mean, the second ban stage is coming, and you see, I mean, I wasn't too far off with my Death Prophet. I mean, they didn't pick it up, but they immediately ban it. As soon as the ban stage started, right away. Just out, because that would be a bit overkill. Just imagine a Tidehunter coming in, a Cyclone, Master Open Wards, maybe even being involved in that fight, plus Exorcism just rampaging through everyone. That is a bit overkill, especially because there's nothing or not much you can do against it. That's the biggest problem about those. Like Master Open Wards, it takes ages till you actually farm them away, unless you clear the heroes around them. Exorcism, there's nothing you can stop unless just bursting down the Death Prophet. And that is mostly like a kind of hard endeavor, because you'll Scepter, tankiness, other heroes just creating space around him. So the Exorcism mostly gets a nicely uptime, but no hookshot either. And also the other mechanical hero, the Tinker, being out.
Yeah, I think they wouldn't have banned out the Tinker unless Clockwork wasn't banned out. I don't know, if you have the Clockwork in the pool, Tinker can be fairly easily dealt with. His Clockwork's very good at catching him out inside the trees. And last game we did see a Tinker, but it was played by Euphoria, so at the same token, they could just be respecting the hero quite a lot. Team Cyclones instead go for the Earthshaker. A good roaming duo, the Earthshaker and Shadow Shaman can get a lot of kills around the map, as we saw last game, where early on the Shadow Shaman and Earthshaker just made the Razor's life in mid absolutely terrible. They start out with Fissure, and that allowed the Shadow Shaman to get in range for the Shackles, and with the Tinker in that mid lane, they were able to burst him down with some rockets and lasers, but Yeah, I know. I like this supporting duo. Offers them another blink initiator for their team fight if they're able to get
Dyer's pick.
some early kills so the Earthshaker can get that online ASAP. But Euphoria gonna pick up the Rubik.
Yep, and I'm chatting with all the casters and co-casters of the other channels right now. Plus, I have to entertain free chains. Chats.
Radiant's
Oh,
pick.
what am I saying? Chains. Why is chains in my mind? Either way, yeah. Doom. Void. Okay, I'm out. Bye, everybody. Like I'm so out. I have like word finding. How do you call that? Like aphasia. It's the medical term when you can't find the right words. Like you're saying bear, but you mean, I don't know, lamp, something like that.
I think so, but I can't quite find the word for it. So
No, actually,
I
I know
think
that
it
it's
is.
aphasia.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm a med student, so I just know the medical term, but most people don't know what aphasia is. So I'm trying to explain it. But either way, apparently I'm suffering from that disease.
Time.
Void is coming out, not Doom. Yes, it's Void. So it's quite interesting though, because I think there is a bit external damage into the Chrono missing. Like I'm just missing that, like, okay, Chrono is up, and those heroes who are not involved in that Chrono pretty much who stand outside, what can they actually do?
Shadow
Like,
Shaman has his
into that?
wards, but that's about it.
Yeah,
They can
that's
follow up with like a Tidehunter Ravage or an Earthshaker Echo Slam, but that's after the Chronosphere. Right now, it's it's feeling
Yep.
a little bit lackluster.
that's the biggest problem I have. There is no Witch Dog, there is no Death Prophet, for example. There's just the Shock burn, maybe the Fissure. The Tidehunter may be using it at the same time because the Void just used that Chrono to single out one hero, like in particular, for example, Silencer before he gets the Silence off, or Brewmaster before he gets the Primal Split off. That would be an option, but I'm just lacking this external damage, and that's the problem. Like right now, of course, you could pick something that would put some more damage into it, but what is that? Like, it couldn't be another caster, like a Witch Dog, for example. That's just not an option, because then going single core here, a 4 protect 1 strat against this, against the Brewmaster, a Viper, 2 tanky heroes, like the Brewmaster alone will single out the Shaman, and then on top of all that, there is a Silencer with a Global Silence, making it all a lot harder. And the second thing I think about it is that the Faceless Void is going to be kind of lost. If that Chrono is not getting the Rubik in, you have Telekinesis, the Silencer there will just disarm you with the last word. Then we have the Brewmaster. If just the right Ruling is outside, Boltatos could be on the Void. There could be the Cyclone on the Void. Just the right Ruling has to be outside of the Chrono, and he's completely disabled, which means he's forced into a BKB sooner or later. And no, I just don't like this Void draft as such, with the heroes we have on top of it.
Yeah, up until that point, I liked Team Cyclones draft. They had a lot of team fight and ways to control the fights, but then right now we are kind of missing a little bit of the damage. It is going to be a mid lane hero that Team Cyclones are getting ready to pick up. The Invoker's already banned out. I would have thought that that probably would have been your ideal candidate for your mid lane. Offers a little bit more push with the Forge Birds as well as Necronomicon, presumably, as the current build is usually that. And also just gives you a lot of damage to pump into the Chronosphere with your Meteor Deafening Blast combo later on. Yeah, I'm not sure what Team Cyclones are going to pick up for their mid hero.
5 seconds.
Yeah, as far as the Rubik pick earlier on, there's a lot of great spells for this Rubik to pick up. Even out of the first 3 heroes, like Shadow Shaman, pretty much every single one of his spells are viable to be snagged. Shackle's really easy to get your hands onto, great single target lockdown. If you can get your hands onto the Serpent Wards, quite possibly one of the best spells in this game to steal, as you'll be able to transition your push or teamfight win into a tower push with that, or just give you a lot of damage in the teamfight if you're losing it. Tidehunter Ravage, obviously a great spell to steal, and Earthshaker Fissure is amazing on Rubik. Because he doesn't have a cast time on it, it's an instant block, so you can get some really great Fissure blocks off.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's really, I'm thinking all the time about, like, who could be the 5th here. Like, it has to be something that could be still a core, ranged preferred, just because of what we talked about before, because the Chronosphere. And okay, Shadow Fiend it is. That's, I don't know, when did I see my, I tried to think about it. Like, I think I haven't had a Shadow Fiend in my last 100 games. Pretty sure. Like, since the TI, I haven't seen a single Shadow Fiend anywhere. No JDL, no other tournament. In the TI, we had a Shadow Fiend, but that's it. This hero is just, I don't know. Like Cyclones is on the Alliance side. On the Alliance
10
side.
seconds to go.
Oh god. Radiant side.
5
Radiance, right?
seconds.
Yes. Not
Okay,
Radiance.
so
Radiant. Yeah.
so
Okay,
that actually might
reserve
work out
time.
because like I'm always against a dire Shadow Fiend, just for the reason that like you don't have the flash farm from the side camps. The good thing about the Radiant side is that you can really go whenever your lane is pushed out or you fear that some supports are coming in. You just go there, hopefully like before second 53, and you just pull your side cams, and then later you just raise them away with flash farm, especially when you have the bottle up. So that's where I see the Shadow Fiend actually being able to do something. But on the Dire side, we barely see that happening, and the distance to the camps is always too long. You always miss like 1.5 creep wave, which you don't really want to. So let's see. Maybe it actually works out, but they need to babysit him quite a lot because the Brewmaster, Silencer, Rubik, and Viper alone, these heroes, like almost all of those heroes, Silencer, Viper, Brewmaster alone, them, they can pretty much disable the Shadow Fiend easily. Like Viper against Shadow Fiend, this is just horror. Brewmaster, unless there is a BKB on the Shadow Fiend, he can solo him anytime. The Silencer, like, is a huge,
10
huge
seconds
magical
to go.
burst on him, and the Shadow Fiend obviously doesn't come with a huge HP pool.
5 seconds.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not completely on board with this Shadow Fiend pickup. I think you can leave the Brewmaster in mid up against him, but Viper also another matchup that's going to be terrible. And the last pickup for Euphoria is going to be a Kunkka. Now, under normal circumstances, I'd assume that this is going to be a farming Kunkka, but with the Rubik as well as the Silencer pickup, I think this is going to be a roaming support Kunkka.
It has to be, because there's no space for another farmer. It could be Brewmaster mid. Actually, I mean, if they want to do it like this, it like I didn't see game number 1. I have to admit it, so I don't know what role those players play in. But a theoretical laning would be a Viper offlane Brewmaster mid farming Kunkka, and the Silence and the Rubik as a support. But I don't think that's happening.
It actually looks like that is happening, because Kunkka has 2 shared tangos, a stout shield, a quelling blade, and an iron branch. He's definitely farming. There's no way that that's a support Kunkka. So they're going to go aggressive with a Brewmaster.
Okay, I was right. Okay.
Yeah. So I'll go ahead and introduce the Radiant side. It is Euphoria playing on the Radiant with Cot D playing on the Brewmaster. 2 supports are going to be your Silencer played by Villic and Lililicious playing on the Rubik. Your mid Kunkka, as mentioned earlier, is going to be played by Sella, and the Viper going solo safe will be played by Misko. Currently we have a 5-man rotation coming out from Cyclone, but I'll let you introduce them.
Yep, we have Acid here on the Titanic with one of the best items ever, the Shark Head. It's so sexy. Right behind him, we have standing T1 or TL or whatever that means on the Shadow Fiend. Like, he really has to prove how he can play that Shadow Fiend. Like, raises on spot and the farming. We were wrong, actually. Like, they're on the Dire side now, and that makes it a lot harder, of course, for the Shadow Fiend. In the river at the moment, we have Haifa and Coco, the Earthshaker and the Shadow Shaman, a very potential, like very powerful roaming combo with a nice potential to get a kill, and even a haste rune on top of it. And last but not least, the Void, a utility Void here in the offlane. Oh, actually no, this is gonna be a tri-lane. Okay, also
Yeah.
fine.
I guess so. I would like to see the supports rotate. Leaving your Faceless Void solo against the Viper is not the greatest, but Faceless Void should at least be able to get his experience. Viper shouldn't kill him by any stretch of the imagination. As long as these supports are in the lane, Faceless Void should be able to get his farm, and Viper zoned out fairly effectively. But we'll have to see. Haste Rune, I presume they're going to give that to Haifa, and they will Shadow Shaman. Let's see where he's going to rotate with this one.
Yep, and I'm kind of worried about the Tidehunter, and I think he does the right thing. Like, the small camp is not blocked, and therefore he just goes for that pull, which is, yeah. The biggest problem about him is that he only has Anchor Smash. If the Anchor Smash is out and the Silencer sees that and he's going for a Curse of the Silent build, like, sooner or later, within like 1-2 minutes on the lane, you're completely out of mana, and then Tidehunter without Anchor Smash is, well, but bottom. Look, there we have the first go, the Shackles, and a nice block Fisher, but he's going, I don't know, why is he going that direction? This will be our first blood. The other direction would have been the right one, but yeah, first blood already happened. The Germans strike again.
Yeah, Viper just wasn't able to find a good way to get out of that fissure. It was a great block coming out from Coco. And he tried to tango through one tree, but then he probably clicked on the other side of the fissure, so walked into the rest of the enemy heroes. So just ended up getting right-clicked to death. So not a great start for Viper. Usually a hero that you anticipate winning his lane, but giving up a death early on is going to put him fairly far behind. This Faceless Void should have a decent time. Smoke coming out from Earthshaker and Shadow Shaman wasting no time. Wanting to give the Shadow Fiend a little bit better chance up against the Kunkka.
Oh, but looked up.
Oh.
So that was already the Thunderclap here on the Tidehunter. And now, who has to run from who? That's the question. The Telekinesis coming out as well as the last word, and the damage is gonna kick in, but it's not gonna be enough to kill him. Okay.
Yeah, and I know in mid it looks like the supports just backed off after their smoke, so in the end nothing happening around the map.
Yeah. By the way, I'm really glad that like the Germans got the first blood, because last time, you know, the Serbians killed a German guy, World War I started. So let's see. Bottom. There's the nice Fisher stunning him, but they need bashes. The last one, there it is. The bash is also the last hit. So Faceless Void getting the second kill here on the Viper, and that is of course bad news for that Viper.
Yeah, for sure. Faceless Void has a salve, but the Earthshaker does not. He has some tangos, but maybe Earthshaker goes back to base. He has a clarity as well, so I think he's just going to keep on roaming around. Still 0 for 2 on Misko. Not a great start for this Viper, and Faceless Void's farming well and has also gotten one of those kills as well as an assist. So a very early start coming out from Penguin.
Yeah, and bottom again, I think. Oh, that Viper.
So much hate. Yeah, Misko going to be shackled in place. They have the Fissure if they need it. They will drop it. It blocks him in not all that much. They get a 3-man Curse of Silence. They're going to turn on the Shadow Shaman. They'll get that return kill at the very least, and it looks like the Earthshaker is also going to die, so 4 intelligence being stolen by the Silencer. He gets bashed by Penguin, but I don't think he'll be able to get this kill unless he gets another bash. Let's see. Yeah, he gets it. Billick, is he going to die? Oh, he needs one more. He'll be able to get that under tower. He backtracks one of the tower hits. The Rubik rotates in. He's able to lift him back into the tower. Oh, one more tower attack. He needs one more auto onto the Faceless Void, I think, and Penguin's going to be fine. Backtracks another. Yeah, my goodness, this guy is like the RNG Lord. Got 2 bashes on that Silencer, and now the salve coming out from the Shadow Shaman. 2 to 4 is our kill score.
That's skill, not RNG. Like 2 bashes, 2 backtracks in a row on the very crucial things. That's absolutely skill. That's
pure skill. Might as well be playing Ogre. Like, there's no reason to play Faceless Void.
Where's the Ogre? We need more multicasts.
Yep, I don't know. This game does not disappoint. A lot of aggressive movements coming out, especially from Cyclone. I don't know, they rotated both of these supports down in bottom to try to help the Viper, and in the end they did get a couple of kills going their way. But still, Misko is not by any means doing well up on top. Brewmaster looking for this Tidehunter, just harassing him out of lane a little bit.
Yeah, no, I actually thought in the mid something is gonna happen, but I mean the hasted Earthshaker just giving a YOLO Fissure in there on him, but let's see. There's a clarity still on the Earthshaker ticking, and the Brewmaster's not level 6 yet, so they might actually try something. Problem is the Tidehunter is out of mana, out of HP, like he's no candidate for any gank whatsoever. And now, after the Viper died twice, they actually, reinforced that lane. 2 people are just there. They pull for him as well. That is the Silencer. I mean, they're being watched. Like, there is Big Brother ward here, and they see exactly what's happening. So with another rotation, a Silencer and a Rubik is something you can easily kill, especially if the Void has already that much farm, as he has right now. So just give it another rotation, and I think they might be able to get something.
Yeah, I don't know, possibly looking for the time walk into the Chronosphere. If he's able to catch up both of these sports, could be huge. They're just going to open up with the Hex, Shackles onto the Rubik. They need a couple of bashes, and I think they drop the Chronosphere on all 3 of them. A nice Chronosphere coming out from Penguin, but I don't think it'll net them any kills, but at least secures the kill on the Rubik. Double Curse of the Silence, no mana going for either of these heroes, but I think they'll be able to walk this one off.
Yeah, it was kind of a weird decision that he goes to the right, because then he was in range of the Silencer, and even the Viper was kind of, I don't know, maybe the Viper trying something, but let's see. Oh, the Silencer coming in. There's another Curse of Silence, just keeping him completely out of mana, and some Harass, of course, coming in. So the Void, I think he's forced back to the Fountain. I don't think he's going to stay here. Just a Morbid Mask. It's a bit too risky. Viper Strike coming out soon, next level, and then maybe another Curse of the Silence that would be his death, unless he's backtracking like a champ, which he already proved that he can do that.
You just have to believe. I don't know, 1 curse and 1 last word should be the end of the Faceless Void, so it looks like Penguin's going to back off. I don't know. He's waiting till the creeps are under his tower. He's going to pull the aggro back. A decently risky move by Penguin. He'll get 2 creeps and some experience under tower. I think he'll be okay. Silencer's looking for the wraparound. If he's able to get these 2 spells off in the Faceless Void, I think he's dead. And now they walk in, 1 auto attack. Yeah, Penguin's dead unless he backtracks all of the damage. He's juking through the trees. They don't cast anything. There's your last word. Penguin, where's his backtrack on the last word? No, not even gonna. No, not even.
Nah, this one didn't work out. You can't back it up, but
Fiend
in the mid,
Yep.
there was a goal on the Shadow Fiend that was a telekinesis turn, and the rest was just a formality, just getting the right clicks in. So Shadow Fiend also going down 5 and 4 at the moment. We are not even 7 minutes in. We have already 9 kills. I like that. In this frequency, this Serbian versus German match might actually qualify for a Russian Dota team. Like, I mean, the style at least, being very active, very roamy and stuff.
Yeah, and I definitely like it. Brewmaster has his level 6, so possibly he'll make a go on the Tidehunter sooner rather than later. But Tidehunter also has his level 7 available. Yeah, so the potential for supports to rotate in is always there. It depends on who's closer to their tower.
Yep, absolutely. And we have to compare the lanes a bit. I mean, now that he got the kill on the Shadow Fiend, obviously gives him XP advantage. I mean, the Shadow Fiend is level 6, not even level 7, and the Kunkka is already 8. So it's big difference there. Now, the Shadow Shaman tried to do something, but oh, X mark the spot is coming out. The boat is not there, but there's a fissure. I don't think that's enough on the Shadow Shaman, or when if they get the right clicks, that might be enough. The Kunkka still not dead. I can't even believe it. Everybody's still standing here. Now the Kunkka just following that shaker, but there is the Tidehunter just a tiny bit too late. If he was here 3 seconds earlier, this would have been a massive fail for Euphoria. This way, they're just backing off, and if you compare the HP lost and the mana spells spent, then Cyclones definitely lost this fight.
Yeah, what an awkward engagement. I don't know, a lot of spells being thrown out, but in the end, nobody fell. I thought that Shadow Shaman would die. They needed a little bit more damage, however, and currently Shadow Shaman just kind of chilling over by the Ancients, assuming that he's going to go for a stack. The Glyph was forced out up in top as Tidehunter TP's back to defend this tower. A lot of damage being dropped by the Brewmaster. I don't know. Tidehunter's man fighting up against him, but he has the split. He's going to go ahead and pop that. He has the boulder toss, so be able to throw it from long range. Will it be enough damage, however, with that immolation or onto the Tidehunter? He's going to get the anchor smash on all these Brewlings. They're not going to be able to attack very much at all. He'll throw him up in the air, purge him down. He kills one of them, but in the end, he has the damage.
Sticks. He had 6 stick charges, but he just didn't do it because he preferred the anchor smash. But bottom, there's already a blue bubble coming out, but he has last word, and now the Viper is just getting on him. That ship hitting on both. Look at it. Rasta, is he faster? No, he is not. He's going down. There's another X mark the spot, and it will be a triple kill. Actually, a double kill for the Viper, but 3 are going down. So on top of that fail of the Tidehunter, we also have like the Germans just sacrificing 3 of their heroes for nothing. They're gonna capitalize on this, get the first tower down. This is the first tower to fall this game, and yeah, this actually gives Euphoria like a nice advantage here.
Yeah, suddenly 4 for 0, a tower, and the top tower is also not looking too healthy.
Guess what's happening to
By the way, who won game number 1?
It was Euphoria.
It was Euphoria. Okay, so they're already here on the back foot when it comes to scoring. But let's see. There's the Titan. He slowed the Viper, but it's of course slowed himself. Now, oh, using the Ravage for that. There's the Hex. Now he's going down. Viper is definitely going to pay for it. He's getting the mech off shortly before, but with that Fissure and the other shock, it's a lot of commitment. I mean, Jesus Christ. But Viper kill is Viper kill. It's a 300 gold freebie you can take there. He just overcommitted a bit.
Yeah. As you said, inside the draft, Shadow Fiend not the best on the dire side, but he is starting to catch up after farming this triple stack, I believe it is, on his side, and he's going to make up a lot of ground. His nowhere still is fairly lackluster after dying once in the mid lane up against the Kunkka with a nice rotation from them. And speaking of rotations, it's not going to slow down anytime soon. Earthshaker and Shadow Shaman looking for this kill on the Rubik. They get the Fissure on the wrong side a little bit. They have the Hex, but the Global Silence comes out to save the Rubik kill. Not sure if that was worth it, but if they get the Shadow Shaman, it will be. They do get the Shadow Shaman. They have an Invis on the Kunkka, and Tidehunter might be in a lot of trouble. Here comes that revenge kill that Kunkka's been looking for. He gets the X with the Torrent boat following through as well. Tidehunter's looking to be very dead, and he will. Double kill for Misko yet again. 10-6 our kill score.
Yep, absolutely. Like that invisible again on the Kunkka. A bit luck on the rune, but on top, they're chasing the Void. Void has another time walk, and now it's kind of awkward position they're in because Shadow Fiend is coming here, but last word, maybe he's gonna do the race. Yes, he has to, but yep, that only means he's silenced, and now it's Silencer. Yeah, he has to pay for this.
Yeah, we have the Brewmaster split. He might be able to find himself at least a double kill. The Shadow Shaman dies the Immolation, or as the Faceless Void is being chased down through the trees. He has the Time Walk. He needs to use that, I feel, but he won't have enough mana for a TP. He goes for the Tower Deny. Tower Deny? No. I'm not going to go for that. Blink away by the Brewmaster, and yeah, Tower has 14 HP.
Yep, nobody's caring about it. Guys? What the hell? Like, nobody's denying a tower. Are you kidding me?
Pretty sight, right?
If that Rubik wants to, he can just go to the tower. If he saw that, he can just go forward, get the tower. It's not a bait. Like, this is a huge misplay by the Germans here. This is leaving a tower, a tier 1 tower on 14 HP. That should not happen. Like, 3 guys being around that tier 1 tower and nobody is noticing it. And look at it, the creeps are actually getting it. I can't even believe that.
Yeah, I can understand the Rubik not going for it, maybe fearing that there's like some sort of initiation onto him, but yeah, they let the creeps get him in the end. X marks on the Shadow Fiend with the Torrent to follow it up, just to retreat the Kunkka out of there. Double damage rune spotted out by Stella. He'll bottle that one up, and it looks like we're going to have a Battle Fury first Kunkka coming out, and I assume he'll go for Blink Dagger afterwards.
Just need to update our caster thingy, because someone actually knows the... There we got it. Someone was actually knowing the command and like typing exclamation mark casters, but it was not updated. It still said Coucher and Whiplash, but neither of them is online at the moment. That was a bit awkward. But either way, 11 and 7, 30 minutes in. I think it's like we have to look at that smoke gank, which is coming right now through the mid. The Panda no ultimate, which is of course a bit bad, but we have still the Global Silence and of course a Kunkka with all he needs. But I think they want to go for the Viper again.
Yeah, Misko going to be shackled up. They cancel the shackles with the Global Silence, and Misko, he doesn't throw out the Viper Strike in the end, but he's turning on to Heva with the Faceless Void ultimate committed. It catches out the Viper as well as one of his allies, but Misko, he's just so darn tanky. It'll take a while, but eventually they will kill him. Shadow Shaman, he's juking through the trees. How is the Shadow Shaman alive? They have the boat coming through. They get the kill onto the Faceless Void with the Brewmaster. A spell stolen by the Rubik. The Ravage comes out from the Tide Hunter this time, and now they're focusing him down there. Shadow Fiend Requiem being unleashed, but the Tide Hunter is going to be the one to fall. Eventually, Rubik does die to one more auto attack. Well, with the blanket from the Brewmaster, he slows down the Earthshaker with the triple fissure, trying to get himself out to safety without a Blink Dagger. It's unlikely that he'll be able to do so. X marks onto the Shadow Fiend with the last word as well. They cleave off to the Shadow Fiend to get that kill, and now a full team wipe in the favor of Euphoria, all said and done.
That was so awkward. Like that Kunkka, full duration, double damage, and each and every Tidebringer on one hero hit another hero. And I actually thought the Shadow Fiend is like, oh yeah, I sacrifice the Earthshaker and get the hell out of here. But for some reason he stuck around. I mean, there might have been the chance of getting that Silencer kill, but not even this one worked out. And also the Shadow Shaman just sticking around. He had TP, he could have just TP'd safely to the fountain or ran back to the fountain, come back with a TP, back into the fight, and maybe sneaking the Kunkka kill. But instead he was just sticking around all the time, even though he was out of mana, out of HP. And what happened? Like an accidental. This was nuts.
Oh, Blink at bottom. Faceless Void is going to be X-torrented as well. They should be able to get that kill. They drop the Serpent Wards. They're trapped in the Brewmaster. He's shackled in place as well. Echo Slime committed, and the Serpent Wards are stolen, trapping in the Earthshaker. Oh my goodness. That was ridiculous. Then Raffle come out from Coco while the Brewmaster goes in, throws the Shadow Shaman up in the air. He has a Boulder Toss. Not sure why he's not using it. Ends up going for the Shadow Shaman kill. Here comes the boat from the Kunkka. Doesn't land on anything, but gives them the Coco run buff at the very least. They throw the Shadow Fiend up in the air while they regroup around him, and the Brewmaster's just so darn low. He uses up, he's saving up for this Earthclap. He'll be able to get that one. They lift up the Shadow Fiend in the air as he blinks away towards the left. He's trying to turn onto Little Licious. Will Little Licious fall? Their man fighting up. He will get the kill on Little Licious, but in the end, Shadow Fiend will also die. They're TPing into the tower looking for this. They have a fissure available. That animation's kind of weird when you TP in immediately, but the Global Silence comes out. Not sure if that was actually worth it as he chases down Stella. Coco does not have enough mana for another fissure, but he does have the stick charges available. Not sure if that would end up being enough, and they're chasing for this Silencer up towards the high ground. They have a Time Walk available on the Faceless Void as well as a Chronosphere if they want it. Time Walk forward, looking for the bash. No, he's just going to drop the Chronosphere to start things off as Villic gets gushed down as well with a minus armor and fissure. Jams it in, Faceless Void gets the last hit.
That Global Silence was definitely worth it, because otherwise the Faceless Void out of the TP would have made it to Time Walk directly on the Kunkka, being slow. Then with his bash lag, that would have been an easy Kunkka kill, maybe even a follow-up, because he had the Chrono on a Silencer who was still in range. So yeah, the Global Silence was actually worth it. But that fight bottom, that was again so awkward. And that fight before, like, I wanted to finish my thought, like, They just stuck around, and accidental Tidebringers just killed them all off. But now the Viper, that's a bit out of position. There will be Shackles. This time no Global Silence, minus armor of course from the Gush, and I think he's gonna get rid of his... Oh, he's just baiting them into everything. Ravage coming out, but it's already too late. 2 down. This was the perfect bait. Did you just see how he just baited them into the Torrent? Torrent was there and he was just like moving on top of it, using mech, and was like, oh yeah, okay, now you're standing in the perfect position. Just say cheese.
Pretty much, and now Rubik has Ravage for the next fight. This is terrible for Cyclone. I know, Licious, he didn't use it, just going to save onto that spell. He's going to have it available for quite some time. And, well, Tier 2 Tower is going to be under pressure. They have the Battle Fury on the Kunkka as well. Those creep waves are going to die very quickly. And I don't think that Cyclone are going to be able to fight into this, especially without Chronosphere for another 35 seconds.
Yep, the Rubik actually pretty nice on the timing here. Stealing Ravage, stealing Master Open Wards. It's... Yep, he's just doing work. And he's gonna keep that Ravage, hopefully. Last time I was so shocked by a Rubik like stealing like really well like certain things, and then he always dropped it for some reason. But yeah, they're even gonna farm. This farm was supposed to be for the Shadow Fiend, and they just take it away. Poor guy. This Shadow Fiend, that's exactly what I said. I mean, look at his farm. We are 17 minutes in. This is a mid-hero, a bottle PT, and a Miracle Hammer actually coming out right now. But of course, he's now blank, completely blank. Casual Ocular Crab already, but he should have his BKB by now, and well, he has to run. Pretty much every single hero can kill him now solo. Viper can kill him solo. Brewmaster anyway. About the Kunkka I don't even want to say because that's just embarrassing. And even the combination of Silencer and Rubik will be quite dangerous for him.
Yeah, Blink Dagger is online for the Kunkka as expected, just going for the new standard build for the Kunkka. Shadow Blade kind of falling out of favor. And yeah, that is going to be the choice. It looks like we... Oh, no, we're going to have the boat. Going on the Faceless Void. He's going to be able to time walk away. Ravage spent for that as well. There goes the team fight from Euphoria. So they're going to have to back after that one. Well, at least...
Okay.
Yeah.
That was interesting. Now he's saying, nah, smiley face. Like, oh, but bottom. There's the Panda ultimate. Already going out here, and that poor Shadow Fiend, he's already having the poison damage on top of him, and now he will just get finished off. This is -2. There will be maybe a Chronosphere, but no, it doesn't really seem like he's getting stunned by Bolotos, and of course the wards there. But oh, he's getting still the interrupt here on the Viper, but look at it. He's just trying to, but Jesus Christ, now that bash, now that stun. Okay, he's still getting that kill on the Viper, but man, she is tanky as hell. Their Echo Slam committed only for the Panda. Master Ward still doing a lot of damage, but Ravage, this one is really good now, but nothing left for the Anchor Smash. That's the problem. The Anchor Smash would have killed the Panda, but not enough now. That poor Osheki doesn't even get the last cast out. Oh god, the Master Open Wards missing multiple times on the Panda, and the Hasted Kunkka even finishing that Faceless Void. So, bad news. Really bad news.
Yeah, Kunkka's Rune Lock's been really great in these last couple of team fights down in bottom lane. And yeah, putting that Blink Dagger good use, was able to pick off a couple of extra kills on the backlines of that. But now Tier 2 Tower is going to fall as well, and Euphoria have made themselves quite a lead. I haven't actually looked at the graphs throughout this game, but as expected, it's pretty dominating. It's like a 17,000 gold advantage for them, and experience similar as well. Kunkka, with that X marks as well as TP back to base, will be able to fill up his bottle and pick himself up a Crystallis. So, I don't know, the Tidebringer crits are going to start hurting quite a bit.
Yeah, absolutely. And which is pretty funny, the Tier 2 tower was falling around the 1945 second. But either way, it went down. And this means the last outer tower is down for the Germans. So despite all the gold and experience lead, whatnot, I still say they have some potential to turtle out the base. But okay, not with that. Shadow Fiend, okay, TPing out because the Panda doesn't have ultimate, nothing to interrupt. I still think they can turtle a bit, but not if they go out like this. Oh, the poor Titanda. He's gonna land in that boat, and now telekinesis is still available if they need to, but they don't need to. Right click, last word, should be enough.
Yeah, they lift him just to be sure that they get that kill, but yeah, poor Tidehunter pretty much sums that up. He will get picked off, and Cyclone are pretty much bottled inside their base. We have this Bungie farming Kunkka just keeping on pushing out these lanes, and the map is Euphoria's as of now.
Absolutely. Like, they control pretty much everything. They farm the enemy jungle. They have, like, all those wards. Like, if you look at the ward spots, like, one for the mid, one like just in the camp checking whenever someone is just daring to go out of the base, another one making sure that there is no defensive one. Like at least they have one last observer left, which gives them some vision into secret shop, but that's it. Viper already starting to like slow siege that tower. I mean, to be honest, like when it comes to push, Euphoria really has like a shit lineup. Like we have to say it like this, but I mean, over time or with better fights, even around the tier 3 tower, they will do fine. But still, like as Cyclones, they can hold themselves, unless they're split push, of course, hold themselves for a long time in the base because the Fisher can block out a lot, Tidehunter and everything. Let's see. But top, they already go here on the Tidehunter. Look how low he is just by Thunderclap. And the last word, he has to go back. He actually managed to get out, but oh, Kanka, nope, that was not good.
Yeah, P just got straight out of there. Blink Steel coming out from the Rubik. It is going to be the Fissure. They hex up the Viper and Shackle in place, but it's going to be cancelled. Global Silence comes out as well as the boat from the Kunkka. They're going to be able to cleave down the Shadow Shaman almost instantly. BKB comes out from Shadowfiend, stops a lot of that damage. We're looking for the Chronosphere as well as the Ravage comes out from the Faceless Void and the Tidehunter. The Brewmaster Ultimate's on the backlines, and that Kunkka cleave crit just dropped everybody so darn low. Buyback from the Viper. He wants to get back into here. Faceless Void. If he backtracks the last word, it will be enough, but he won't get that lucky backtrack. And now the Earthshaker jumps in. Full team wipe. Euphoria buyback on the Kunkka and the Viper, and everybody's back up for this push. Yep.
That was even the cast, the death animation of the Shadow Fiend. This was just the second blob of the Requiem. That wasn't even like his attention or raises or anything like that. The Kunkka was just greedy diving under the tier 4, and then Shadow Fiend exploded and the Kunkka, he took him with him. But that's it. The Germans here, quite weak performance, I have to say. I think it comes back to the draft. Like the dire side Shadow Fiend just didn't work out, and apart from that Void, nothing really worked. The Tidehunter lane was a fail, the mid lane was a fail. The Void was lucky, and I actually thought, okay, everything based around that Void is gonna do well, but we already said it in the draft. No external damage, or barely any external damage into the Chrono. The draft was, in my opinion, the first step, and then with the execution, they made a second into getting a 2-0 for Euphoria.
Yeah, it started out really fun, back and forth, a lot of good team fights and rotations. So if you do want to watch the VODs later on, you can find those at youtube.com/HeflaMoke. I've been GrandisV, one of your casters, and I've been joined by HeflaMoke this game. So I think that's going to be it for now. We're going to have another series coming up shortly. I believe that I'll be casting that one with
Hallmark.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so that'll be at 22 CET. So be sure to come back and watch that one as well. Also, you can follow us on our English channels at HeflaTV 1 and 2. We have a German channel at 4, as well as at HeflaTV 3. And then we also have a couple of Chinese channels at, I believe, 5 and 6.
5 and 6.
Yep.
Yes.
And that just started, and I'm not sure how the first cast went today, but either way, you can go check those out as well. So, see you soon with a couple more games, and that'll be me signing out. See you soon.
Bye-bye.